So today I have in a watch that at its price point I think is one of the better options out there for a Swiss made GMT. The watch is the C63 Sealander from Christopher Ward, and if you're looking for a fixed bezel GMT that takes design cues from a brand that has a certain famous fixed bezel GMT, but you don't want a copy, then this might be the watch for you. Big thanks to Christopher Ward for lending this one into the channel. I've been wanting to get hands on with this model for quite a while now, so let's get to it and take a look at the watch. Now, this is a watch that's been on the list for me for a while now, although I've always kind of had my eye on the white version more so than the black. That being said, seeing the black in person now, it does look really sharp. One of the best things about these watches, and that goes for all Christopher Ward watches, is the 60/60 guarantee that gives you 60 days of free returns worldwide if you're not happy with the watch, and a 60-month movement guarantee. First time I heard about that before I'd ever even seen one of their watches in person, I thought that was quite impressive. The dial on this version is a lacquered dial, giving it a deep, inky black look. Up top, we have Christopher Ward printed, and I was just chatting in the comments with a friend of mine, Lee, the other day. He mentioned that it's likely as new models come out, they're going to be transitioning to their new twin flag logo they use on the Aquitaine, and apparently Mike France has mentioned it recently in a podcast. I think that's a great choice, and I'd love to see this with the new logo. Down at the bottom of the dial, we have automatic in white, then the water resistance printed in orange, and just below that, the date. The handset is well finished and easy to read. I've heard a few people mention they weren't big on the hour hand, but I like it. Also, liking that they added some color to the second hand to match the GMT. The Lume is X1 grade C1 Super Luminova, and they packed it in there. There's brighter Lume out there, but it's still very bright. It's very long lasting, and everything fades at the same rate. So nice, even application of Lume. The movement, which is visible through the display case back, is the Sellita SW330-2, which is a 25 joule GMT movement, beating at 28,800 vibrations per hour, and with a power reserve of approximately 56 hours. The crown is a signed screw-down crown, and everything from unscrewing it to screwing it back in, as well as the winding action, is smooth. The winding action is actually butter on this thing. In the first position, we can adjust the date by going counterclockwise with the crown, and then the GMT hand. This is considered an office GMT where you adjust the GMT hand independently of the local time, which is handy if you're, say, working from an office and tracking different time zones. A true or traveler's GMT is the opposite, where you can set your local hour hand as you travel through time zones and leave the GMT as your reference time, for example, using it as GMT time or maybe tracking your home time. The case is Christopher Ward's light catcher case, and for the price range, this is top notch when it comes to the finish work. We've got very sharp lines between the polished and brushed surfaces. We've got that fixed bezel, also well finished, brushed on the top with a polished edge. Overall, a really well constructed case, and I just like the design in terms of looks as well as how it wears. The bracelet is solid. I do have a couple of minor nitpicks. One doesn't bother me personally at all, but the end links are male end links. So if you have smaller wrists, it's going to extend that lug to lug measurement, and we'll get to the measurements here soon. It's already a short lug to lug to begin with, though. It's totally fine on my wrist, and I'm sure on quite a bit smaller wrist too, but worth a mention. The other is I would have preferred screwed links. These are using pin and collar, so it's somewhat finicky to size. You only have to do it once and not the end of the world or anything. Other than that, the bracelet's great. I especially like the clasp. I wish all clasps had the on-the-fly adjustment system like this. Put a close-up shot of it, but you just push the little tab and you can extend The bracelet about probably almost a full length's worth. And one thing I like about it is it actually looks good extended. I have a few watches, one in particular, my Tuna, where it's a little on the ugly side when you extend the micro adjust out like this, but it does look good when it's extended. Size-wise, the watch comes in at a width of right at 39 millimeters. The lug-to-lug is a short 45.6 millimeters. With the male end links, that comes out to 50.2 millimeters. Lug opening is 20 millimeters, and the thickness is 12.1 millimeters. Crystal is an AR-treated sapphire crystal, and the water resistance is 150 meters. And here it is on my 7.25 inch wrist, and I just really like how these cases wear. If you do have a smaller wrist and that male end link is an issue for you, these are also available on a few strap options with a price ranging from 1,040 USD to 1170 on Bracelet, which isn't bad at all for what you're getting. Overall, I think it looks sharp, it wears great, and the price feels totally on point for the watch. So that is it. Very cool to finally get hands on with one of these. Thanks again to Christopher Ward for lending this in. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you real soon. Bye bye.